Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Faith Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman. Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching
Silliman.
Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining us tonight. Our televiewers on Channel 6 Phil Products Dumaguete, our Facebook followers, and our YouTube subscribers na marapit ng mag 1,000. Well, friends, we are very happy tonight because we have special guests, no? All the way from the 3rd floor of the Science Complex building. I'm talking about our Physics department.
Yes.
Unfortunately, our faculty members are very much busy, but we are joined tonight with our junior students,
Yes.
no, of the BS Physics program. And Ron, please go ahead and introduce them to us.
Yes, thank you, Josh. We have here incoming 4th-year students from the BS Physics department. To start with, we have Maya Whilrae Ilustre, Hongyun Cho, and Lance Nikolai Bugarin. Hello and welcome to Silliman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Silliman.
Gusto yung good evening, Silliman.
Yes.
Diba? Well, guys, thank you so much for saying yes for this invitation, no? And Ron, diba, in the recent graduation, one of the summa cum laudes
Yes.
is from the BS Physics program.
Mr. Baco, right?
Oo. So probably we are with the next summa cum laude, diba?
Are you feeling the pressure?
So do you know the summa cum laude, ano? Was it a boy
Are you
or a girl?
acquainted? A boy.
A boy. So was he like a kuya to you?
Yeah.
Or like,
Are you acquainted to
yes,
him?
oo.
Yes, we are well acquainted.
Well acquainted.
Well acquainted. Friends with, what's the name again?
Si Nick.
Nick.
Nick. The last name is
Baco.
Baco. Nick Baco. Congratulations, Nick, for being
Yes.
one of the summa cum laudes last school graduation, no? For school year 25-26. Now, Ron, let's have again high school memory. Gusto mo high school memory because 'di ba we learned about physics, no?
Yes.
What's your perception about physics classes?
I
Just to warm up our
enjoyed it.
conversation.
Really?
Talaga?
Hi, mabasahengge. Right? No, we have the same hairstyle when I graduated. Well,
Which was, I forgot already. Ano
It's
yun?
like bangs and then short hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short hair ka pala noon.
Yeah. And really, as I don't like chemistry, sorry ma'am. But really, I learned to love physics. It's different pala, no? Although it's
Kaya
the same
nag-mascom ka.
science. Kaya, I think so. That's the reason.
But you
Anyway.
enjoyed high school physics?
Yes, I like it.
Ako naman, so-so. Like
That's
from,
why nag-physics
Kaya
ka.
nag-physics talaga ako. But from 1 to 10, or around 6, I would rate,
Then why?
Hindi ko nga alam eh. I don't
Yeah.
also know why I took physics. But anyway, that's my high school feeling of
Okay.
physics. It's like, my favorite high school subject, of course, would always be
English.
recess.
Recess tayo.
No, more on the communication, no? Because we love our role playing.
Yeah,
diba? Yes.
that's right.
Now, let's ask naman Lance. Lance, how was your high school physics experience? What can you remember of physics when you were in high school?
When I was in junior high, there wasn't really a formal introduction for physics or like actual physics-focused subject. We only had like a general science class, which each quarter has like maybe a focus on chemistry, maybe a focus on physics. And the physics wasn't really deep enough or at least intriguing enough for me.
Ay, hindi na challenge yun, Lance.
No, it was really.
How about in senior high? In senior high,
sorry.
kamusta naman?
In
there's-
senior high,
yeah.
the thing is, both of us didn't finish senior high, so I come to love physics, or I came to love it because of my own volition, I guess, my own free will. Because I'd like to identify myself as a person who likes abstraction and how those abstract ideas can eventually, how we could model the world with those ideas. And this pursuit of knowledge led me to initially philosophy, then Then it came to physics, which
Wow.
deals with the physical world.
Yeah. How about Maya over there? Maya, what was your high school physics memory?
High school physics, the thing is, I moved from one place to another in my childhood kasi. So, in my junior high school, I moved from Quezon City to Bulacan, and then I finished everything in Bulacan na. So, my high school physics is, yeah, as what Lance has said, it's really not that challenging, especially na, it's only a quarterly topic because in junior high school it's just a general science, so physics is just a part of it. Well, and in senior high school at least there's a separate subject now for sciences. So in general physics, I really like how my proctor taught us physics, even though my other STEM classmates are, oh, I don't like this and that. They don't like physics. It's only a small number of people who really loves physics.
Yeah.
And you're one of that.
Yes.
No? You're part of that number. How about here, Hong? Hong is our international student from South Korea. So did you also like have a high school physics way back then?
Just like two of us, we did not have such a kind of actual physics classes. We were just elaborated with any other science classes as well. So because of that, I usually just self-studied by like those books written by the famous physicists, and I really felt like the connection between a famous physicist ideas and me, even though I was not really good at mathematics, and somehow, yes.
So I think that's very important because, you know, studies would say that our high school experience largely shape our, you know, choices in careers. Na parang if you got to enjoy this one, and then, you know, that's also part and parcel of the reasons why you take that certain program. And listening to you now, I think your narrative is much really more on self-interest, right? That it's not more on the factor of your high school experiences, but more on really your personal pursuit, no, for modeling, you said, for abstraction, and even for learning for higher physics levels. Of course, when we talk about the BS Physics program, many would be curious, no, what is it all about? So in a very brief manner, probably we can ask Maya to describe to us what is the BS Physics program all about here at Silliman University.
In this physics program, you will learn how everything works, even from just how we are now sitting. There's already physics related to it, and in this physics program, you will learn from the very small area, from this very small topic, very niche topic or branch in physics, to the wider or bigger ones.
Okay, thank you very
it's
much.
like from the smallest element up to the big universe, no?
Yes,
From
po.
micro to macro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that, Maya. Now, I really want to ask Hong here. You're from South Korea. Why did you intend, or why did you choose to enroll here at Silliman?
How did you know about Silliman?
And how did you know about Silliman in the first place, Hong?
Actually, there's a funny stories. The reason how I learned that there's a physics courses here in the Silliman was through hashtag Silliman back then. 2022.
Yay!
So we reached South Korea.
Yeah, and now it's full circle.
Yes.
Wow.
And then,
Yes, and also my parents were worked here for just a few years, so that's why I was able to know about these wonderful cities, and as well as the university and the faculty as well.
wow, you've been here in the Philippines for how many years?
Totally now 3 years,
3
but back
years.
then it was only 1 year. Yeah, totally to stay here in the Dumaguete in the Philippines.
I think it's too late to welcome, but welcome. To welcome you, but welcome here at Silliman.
Yeah, and I think you have come to the full circle. No?
Yes.
You discovered the university through our show, and now you are on the
Here,
show.
on the show.
So glad.
So probably you'd like to give a special shout out to your friends in Korea or whoever's watching on the internet.
for those who are interested in the physics courses, not just only the Koreans, but also like around the world, please enroll, or even though you'll be not enrolling here in the Silliman, please contact us for if you're interested on our physics and as well as your interest on physics.
All right, thank you, Hong. Now, Lance, right?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you about a particular theory you learned in the classroom that you really are interested in, and how do you apply that in real life?
Because
Quiz pala.
I like that
Sabi
question.
ko.
I like that question.
I think that's the hard part about physics. It's like applying it in real life when people ask you like, why do you learn these theories? What do they, what things do they offer you in real life? And the thing is, I learned physics not because of its application in my daily life. I couldn't use Maxwell's equation in my tax, I guess. I wouldn't use Newton's law of force when walking up the stairs. But the thing that helped me in physics a lot, I guess, is the diligence. Because in order to succeed in this course, I think one thing that I've really learned is you need to be diligent, and falling behind really means a lot. You need to be up to date with the theory, you need to be over the material, you need to know it front and back. And that type of discipline, I think that's something that carries throughout your life, not just in physics, also through the way you do things, to the way you speak, the way you dress yourself, or the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important thing that I've learned.
Yeah, because just to extend his explanation on that run, no? Because most often than not, we always ask about the application. But
Yes.
one aspect also of learning physics, because I've been a student of physics, is that it's really like how you develop the tools here in your mind. Like developing the tools and be able to know which tools to use later on to say solve a problem or understand a certain phenomena.
What kind of tools do we have here
Yes.
in our mind,
And,
Josh?
and that's how you, and those are the toolbox that you will develop at the physics department. Right. Yeah. So that's
Kaya pala wala akong toolbox kasi hindi ako
meron ka.
meron.
Oo.
Ibang toolbox na.
Now, let's talk about now here, guys, with your favorite experiences no, as a BS Physics student. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's the tests or the exam, but what would it be? Like, do you still have like because during our time we still have the long table at the third floor. Do you still have that now? Do you still bond there? And not
it's
anymore.
gone na.
It's gone. So, what have been your favorite experiences or bonding moments as physics majors? Because this is quite a small community in the university.
Ray.
Since we are a small number of students within the physics program, it's really easy for us to bond and to get to know each other, and then it's really easy to hang out and know that this person really loves music, this person really loves game, this person is a performer. So we get to know them, and it's really easy for us to connect since we tend to relate to each other.
So building network and connection is easy because of a small number of people, right? How about Hong?
And not just only the student between the students, but also like I believe like I felt somewhat kind of bonding between the students and professors. Like whenever we are being curious about like a certain physics concepts or like those kind of applications based on the certain theories, we often inquire to professors in like very easily like about like our curiosities as well. So I think those kind of accessible is one of the examples of how we are bonded all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I like about the physics department run is it's actually dominated by women. Most of their professors are women. Diba? Women in STEM. Diba? Now, before we take a short break, guys, because we're just going to have a commercial gap, what have been the hardest exam for you that you have taken?
Just recently ba yan?
Since first year to, you're becoming 14 now.
And who's the professor who gave
Wag
you
na lang
this?
i-mention. Do not mention it. But
course
it's like
not.
the hardest exam that you've taken. Or like, let's say, memorable exam.
Yes.
Let's start with Lance.
Memorable exam. For memorable exam, maybe our physics 2. That was really interesting because in our midterms we had like electromagnetism, we had Gauss's law and Coulomb's law, and we had like really interesting problems where we had to think about our answers. It took quite a while, but I loved it. I wanted to think more. But for the hardest exam, maybe CHS.
It's not physics related.
physics.
It's not physics.
But the Christian,
CHS.
Why? Why do you say so, Lance?
Huwag na natin ipa-explain. Yun na yun. So let's stick with the first tier of the question. How about Hong? What is the hardest exam?
I'd say it was the exam about like electricity and magnetism. It's because we need to think in a very in a logical way to derive, starting from the very basic until to applications. So I think that was one of the exams that I felt really hard, and as well as the difficulties.
So that was kind of challenging for you.
Very challenging.
How about Maya? May challenging ba for Maya
Yeah.
or piece of cake lahat?
I mean, it would have been a piece of cake if I studied for an exam.
Yeah, but what's the hardest so far, Maya?
Well, considering that I did not study for the modern physics,
For
that would be the hardest for me.
Did you pass that exam?
I hope so.
With hopes and prayers. With so much hopes and prayers. Grabe yung mga BS Physics students natin, no? Grabe, they are in a different level. Now, we will have another different level of conversation when we come back. Please stay with us.
Welcome to Silliman University.
Come and explore the campus by the sea, here in the heart of the city. From an industrial school with 15 boys
to a university campus with more than 10,000 students, Silliman University stands today as one of the leading Christian institutions in the country.
Continuing to write stories over a century later.
So, why Silliman?
Because here, everyone has a place.
Because here, community ignites spirit.
because here we embrace academic excellence, inclusivity and diversity, justice with compassion, and a care for the environment, a total holistic development.
Because here, each one tells a story.
Kahit diri sa Silliman.
Dahil dito sa Silliman.
以安呢不呢非西利曼，
因为在西利曼。
なぜならシリマンでは
Victory in Silliman. Karena di Silliman.
Because here in Silliman,
We are home.
So come, start your story with us.
Welcome back, and you're still watching #Silliman. We are still here with us with the owners of the universe, the guardians of the galaxy, our physics department represented with our junior physics students here now. This is just a quick game, Ron. I just want to challenge Hong here because Hong is our international student from Korea. And of course, when you say physics, of course, Ron, I'm sure you can still remember the 3 laws of motion. Diba, Ron?
I can still.
Our challenge for Hong is for him to translate the 3 laws of motion in Korean. Okay.
Tapos makakaintindi tayo dyan.
Tingnan natin.
Sige.
I-google natin mamaya.
Sige. What are the
Sige.
3 laws of motion, Josh? First law.
First law is law of inertia.
Law.
Diba? Sige, so Hong, let's si Lance yung mag-English version. Memorize mo ba yung 3 laws, ha? Lance will say the first, the English version and Maya, and then Hong will do the translation. Okay?
Yeah.
Sige, Lance. Second law ka, Maya, ha? Sa acceleration. Okay? Sige, first law ka sa inertia. Go, Lance. English.
The law of inertia states that an object moving in motion stays in motion, and an object at rest stays at rest, or it has its inertia where it unless acted upon external force, and the object doesn't want to get out of this inertial frame unless acted by external force.
Okay, correct. So how do you say that in Korean, Hong?
모든 물체에 작용하는 힘들이 0이거나 혹은 물체에 작용하는 힘들이 전혀 없다면은 그 물체는 등속 직선 운동을 하거나 아니면 정지한 상태에 이를 것이다. 그것이 관성 법칙이다. Okay.
It's time to learn Hanul.
Parang nanonood ako ng K-drama.
Yeah.
Diba? Thank you so much, Hong. Second law na tayo, Maya. Sa acceleration.
The law of acceleration states that the acceleration is proportional to the mass of the object and the force acted on that object.
Correct. Okay. So how do you say that in Korean?
가속도는 질량의 반비례하고 또 그 비례 계수는 힘으로 나타낼 수 있다.
Okay.
괜찮아.
괜찮아요. 감사합니다. How about you, Lance? The third law, action-reaction, or the law of interaction.
The third law of Newton states that for every action there is an opposite equal reaction. So if you apply force, there is also an equal force that is repelling you.
Correct. Okay. So how do you say that in Korean?
모든 작용에는 똑같은 크기의 힘이 있지만 반대 방향으로 작용하는 힘들이 있다.
Okay. Diba?
Okay.
Ang dami nating natutunan.
Wala.
But anyway, thank you so much, Hong, for being so game with that
Yes.
quick translation challenge.
Now, Josh, I have a question.
Yes.
No, if a psychology major graduates and took an exam, he can be called a psychologist or psychometrician. And a chemist a chemistry major can be called a chemist. A physics major can be called physician or what? I'm just kidding. What is
Joke
that?
ba yun?
I'm just kidding. Anyway, how do you call yourselves? Because that has a relation to my next
You ask
question.
Maya.
Maya.
We cannot call ourselves a
Physicist.
physicist yet since we're still students.
Right. In relation to that, my question is that, who is that physicist that you really admire the most?
I
and
like
why?
that question. That's kind of controversial.
Sige.
I like
let's-
questions like that. Ikaw, Ron, do you know any physicist? You can still remember any physicist?
Stephen Hawking lang, theory of everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't really.
He's quite famous in the community.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
So let's start with Hong this time. Anyone in mind? Top of your mind, Hong?
When I think about the most admired the physicist that I really love is Richard Feynman. He's one of the famous American physicists who invented such a kind of wonderful ideas, such like to describe not just the physics in a scale of the atoms, but also those interactions between the atom scales in the space. So that's why I really admired, and also that was my first book that I read that was the first book that I read in the context of the physics.
And he's also famous for being really a good teacher in physics. Right. How about Lance? Top of your mind, who comes?
Top of my mind, I guess Paul Dirac or Maxwell. Maxwell, since he unified the equations, and for Paul Dirac, I personally relate to his style of thinking, I guess, where the solutions should have an aesthetic value, I should say, where ideas are beautiful, or like the equations or the solution should be beautiful, and I find that fascinating, or like that in that way, that's how I answer my problems in physics, I guess. If it doesn't look good for me, I don't think that's right.
There's an aesthetic value.
Yeah, great.
How about Maya?
I'd say it would be the one of the Nobel Prize winners, Mr. Roger Penrose. He has this concept in cosmology that we call something along the lines with the conforming cosmological cycle, in which he said that the Big Bang may not be the first Big Bang that happened in this universe. It's a series, it's a cycle of multiple Big Bangs that happen.
All right. Thank you for that. I have an answer to my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Sheldon Cooper.
It's a different Big Bang. It's the
Iba
show.
pala.
Okay. But yeah, I think most of the physics major really watch that.
Yes,
like during our time, I think almost everyone was watching that. At least during our time. Like even our one of
reveals
our
our age,
professors. I know. But anyway, that's a very nice sharing of you, and that also shows who your influences are.
Yes.
Now, let's go outside the four walls of the classroom and talk about extracurricular engagements of the BS Physics students. Meron ba kayong mga community engagements? Do you do like community services? Please share to us about that. Maya, go ahead.
I am part of one of the COPPA groups. I'm with the Women's Ensemble, and before I enrolled here in Silliman, I'm also a part of multiple musical school groups. Aside from that, I also tried joining the Media and Journalism Club in senior high school. For now, I'm just with the Women's Ensemble.
So through music, and there's so many physics on acoustics, di ba?
Yes.
How about Hong? Are you involved right now with extracurricular clubs, organizations?
Yes. So one of the things that I realized after I enrolled here in Silliman is that the university offers a variety of the extracurriculum activities, and as well as the community. For me, fortunately, I was able to work for international students for 1.5 years. And during the working as a international, the international students community, I really involved a lot with the international students who are majoring the different courses, and so that's why I was able to growing or to communicate not through just mathematics, but also like through like English or like human languages.
That's nice because, of course, you are really becoming a holistic person, right? How about Lance?
Since my first year, I've been part of CAS Execom. In my first year, I was a part of the finance team, and up until my second year. By third year, I mean this year, I'm a part of the attendance committee. I was part of the people, or I was one of the people who programmed the system to essentially overwrite the paper-based system. So now, instead of wasting money on paper or like wasting endless paper, we use an electric or like a database so that the attendance is more efficient. We only need to scan QR codes now. Even paying the council fee, we only need the QR codes, and this has been a very big help for the forecast in general.
Wow.
Aside from that, I guess if you would consider it, I've been working with a professor in Russia for high energy physics, and I've conducted like experiments to see how it's like to work under there for particle physics, since I'm also interested in particle physics experiment.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing those. No, it goes to show that your attention does not only focus on the classroom or inside the classroom, but you have also a life outside the classroom. No?
Alive.
A life.
Are they dead or alive inside the classroom?
Anyway, I've been meaning to ask is if physics is a person close to you, who is that person? If physics is a person close to you, who is that? Like perhaps a family member or what, and why?
As of now, I have nothing in my mind except for myself because
I like that. It would be myself.
yes, because if you did not put an effort in understanding something, it's on me. It's my fault that I did not study for this, and I did
modern
not.
physics pa rin ang hugot.
Well, I mean, because a person will not understand how things happen if they did not have the curiosity for it. And curiosity depends on from one person to another. The one person would be curious to another topics. Me as a person would be curious on this topic, and we have a different curiosity.
Yeah.
And I brought it to myself na I chose physics from such a young age. So I think no one in my family really chose physics kasi.
Okay, so it's the only one. So you are physics.
Yeah.
No, if physics as a person. How about you, Hong?
I think father, because not just only how closest to each other between the physics and me, but also like my father majored the engineering actually, so that's why somehow it got influenced me those kind of senses in physics and also in the sciences.
Yeah. How about Lance?
If physics was a person, I think it would be Hong. I think every time I interact with Hong, I think I learn more about physics sometimes more than I do in the class. He is so interested in physics to the point that his identity is almost like when you see him, oh my God, he's like
oh my
a
God,
textbook.
physics is walking.
Yeah, it's like physics is approaching. It's like a textbook.
Hong is physics personified. No?
Yeah, thank you so much. Just a very interesting question, Ron. I like that. Now, we're running out of time, and you guys are now in the penultimate stage. You're almost there, no?
Yes.
Incoming senior BS Physics, and it's thesis season. So, to close our interview this evening, what is your dream thesis? I'll start with Lance here because I'm sure I have a gut feel that you have already like a dream thesis or an idea in mind.
I mean, I do have a dream physics thesis, but it's not the thing that I'm gonna do.
Sige lang, okay lang.
Not now.
I want to know your dream thesis.
But I do have an internship incoming for Taiwan, and I'm tasked to experiment with high energy storage capacitors. And that will be my senior thesis, which is that's basically under condensed matter, I think.
Yeah.
And for my ideal physics topic, it's usually theoretical, and I think I wouldn't be doing that not until like masters
or PhD.
or like my PhD.
Yeah. So that's the dream thesis. How about
That's my dream.
Whilrae here? What is the dream thesis of Whilrae?
Well, I mean, since I was a kid, I always wondered why the moon was following me. That's the point.
Same.
That's the point. That's the point when I realized that I wanted to take physics for the moon. So obviously, in a way, my dream thesis would be something related to astrophysics or cosmophysics. It could also be related to dark matter, black hole, or the history of the universe.
Okay, related to planetary and the cosmos.
Yes,
okay. How about Hong? What's your dream thesis?
Whenever I study like the atom scale of the physics, I realize that it is really related to chemistry. So that's why I want to like have my thesis as those related to matters such as like the polymer science, or even though it's not a polymer science, I would say like physical chemistry or those chemical physics. Yeah, in other words.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be your interest, no? The intersection between physics and chemistry. Ikaw, Ron, what is your dream thesis? Meron ba?
You lost me at thesis.
There you go, guys. Daghan kayong salamat for joining us. Kamsahamnida. Tama ba yun? Is that the right?
Yes.
Okay. Lance, Hong, and of course, Whilrae here. And a special shout out to your physics professor. Would you like to give a shout out to your physics professor? Oo, sino ba gusto yung i-greet? Or lahat na? I-greet nyo na
Shout
lahat.
out physics dev. We love you.
Dr. Marvin.
Yes. Yeah. Dr. Marvin is now with UP, but he's our alumnus, no, at the department. All right. And of course, to our secretary, Ate Kring. Hi, Ate Kring. And of course, guys, if you're interested, no, to be part of the BS Physics program, visit them at the 3rd floor of the Science Complex building. And of course, visit the university website and just search about the physics department, and everything is there. And do you have a Facebook page, guys, so that they can also follow?
We have for students, can you turn it around, please?
Okay.
It's a Junior Philippine Physics Society -- Silliman University.
All right.
Really, physics personified. Even the shirt he's wearing.
So guys, follow their Facebook page so that you will know more about their activities. All right? And of course, the website again, that's www.su.edu.ph. Daghan kayong salamat. Until next week, and to God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghan salamat for joining us tonight. Support our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to share, like, and comment on your favorite episode. And of course, malapit na mag 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Please like and share our YouTube channel. It's called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there.
And of course, catch us at Field Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. And replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn by Vailoces-No.
And Joshua Soldivillo. Until next week, only here on
#Silliman.
Bye!